podcast has two things for Jessica. The first being just a comment. I loved both you and Aaron in Reinforced of the Future dual-wielding pistols and just kicking ass. Love that scene. Second? Rockin'. Second was episode, I think it was called Father's Blessing. Footsteps, that was it. I was just curious, how much of the martial arts in that were actually you, or is it just mostly stunt person? Just curious.
A lot of it was me, and then a lot of it was the stunt person.
Mm-hmm.
It was Koichi's wife.
Ah.
So.
The answer is a lot.
I mean, if you want percentages, I have no idea. But that was my favorite episode.
And it was a good episode.
Remember the name of the episode.
Okay. Awesome. Wild Force rocked.
That's inferred.
This question is for Aaron, Jason, and Danny. I know that you said that that the Red Ranger is more badass than your character playing another Red Ranger, but but Aaron's character Jim, the Pink Ranger, she's more badass than both Red Rangers. She's a better leader. I didn't give her up.
Yeah, the director had a thing for shooting her way better than us. I have a feeling that had to do with some curves and some dips. I mean, when you're on a playing field where she's just as badass, that's always fun.
Thank you for that.
Next question.
For Vernon.
Yes.
Nadira, the creation of Nadira, and did you have a wife before Nadira was born?
No, actually, she was an immaculate conception. Written on the back of her head was 666. Oh, knock it out. Like you didn't think that. I'm not sure, but you know, a couple of people when I was doing looping used to say to me, the family that is as close as yours sticks together. There was a lot of fun things happening with my daughter in that series, if you remember.
Yes.
A couple of things that the writers didn't put in, which came pretty close. But it was fun. She was a lot of fun, but I don't know. Nobody ever mentioned a wife. They just mentioned Nadira.
Well, in the first drafts of the scripts, she was his wife. That got changed back when he was still Morbius
Yeah.
ship.
Well, actually, wasn't she the original villain?
In the earliest ones, when he was still called Morbius and he had a different character design, that she was his wife. But like 3 episodes got written with that and got scrubbed. And some of that stuff leaked online.
That would have been a lot more fun.
Does no one but me remember this? Yeah, no one who worked on it remembers.
Think of what we could have taken that. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Chris, how'd you find this out? Is that long?
What? No, that wasn't Dharma. That was posted somewhere on the internet. Like a segment of a Morbius script that seemed legit. And
Project Hexagon?
It was Morbius initially. I remember that.
okay, yeah, okay. So it was stuff, but no, it wasn't Ahmed who told me. I can't remember. It was something on Old Fan Power Rangers. I'd have to dig that out. You know my eidetic memory.
You know this stuff!
It's sad. Anyway.
Yeah, that's scary. How old are you again?
Next question.
Hi, this is pretty much for everybody. It's kind of a 2-part question. One for Time Force, and one's for Wild Force. For Time Force, what was? Because I heard that there was a lot of stuff different with Time Force when you originally wrote it. Like they're actually gonna be doing time traveling, have 50 episodes, have a movie. What exactly was gonna be in that, just besides the Time Ranger that we eventually got? As in, story-wise.
Well, I had an elephant and a large dog.
It was never going to be anything other than what it was, except for the other 100 ideas that we had that we began with that we threw aside. But once you start down the path, the only thing that changes is maybe the Japanese footage comes and forces you to change your plan a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, no, I think that originally there may have been a brief discussion about, we were talking about time travel, but there's just no way you can do very much of it without A, looking stupid because you can't afford to really do it well,
Right.
or B, just blowing your whole budget in a couple of episodes. Because I remember we discussed, we did an episode where they went back to dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was good.
We talked about doing a bunch of them, and then it's just like,
Quest for control.
because 2 episodes, then we gotta get
Right.
done.
And that was the objection when we did space was, well, Lost Galaxy, is if you're going to go out into space, how can you not go into space?
Right.
And the way that the Japanese did it was they just had a rocket ship that went up, turned into a megazord, came back down, and they landed on the Earth. So it may have been have some space images, but it had nothing to do with space really, right?
Right.
So we actually put them in space, but then when they were fighting, they were still in the city, which we just sold as part of the spaceship. So it all comes down to what you can really do with the limited funds. And would you love to do time travel? Yes, but it's incredibly expensive and time consuming, and you'll never do it as well as everybody else is doing it. So the discussion wouldn't have to last very long in order for it to get thrown out the window.
I guess kind of like the second question would be for
Jessica.
for Jessica. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I had a brain freeze. I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean it. I was just wondering. Sorry. What was what was one of your favorite episodes of Wild Force that you have done, like for you personally?
My favorite was the one with my father, who was one of our PA's fathers in real life.
Oh wow.
So it was pretty cool. And then, of course, the reunion with Time Force.
Yes.
Renegade.
Yes.
Yes.
And I guess my final comment is thank you for not killing off Eric in the finale. That was the best thing you did. Thank you. Thank you guys. You guys rock.
Okay, explain the logic.
Yeah.
Next question. It's not even a question, it's a demand.
Yeah. Jason, in a later season, SPD, there's a character named Sky Tate, the Blue Ranger,
Well, yeah.
and he has a dad whose suit is the same as your suit. So my request is, can you say, Sky Tate, I'm your father, to make it canon? Or can you and Aaron say, we're your parents?
Wait a minute, go back. I want you to
Different series. SPD's two seasons.
And there was some, you said that there was someone there that had the same suit, so there was some thought that was maybe a...
There was a
That
photo
was-
of a guy in a Time Force uniform who was his father.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's basically the Time Force suit for this man.
Oh yes, that's right.
Say, wait, what did you say? Sky Tate as your father?
Yeah.
Jennifer and Wes's son.
You gotta do it like Darth Vader.
Mr. Tate, Sky Tate.
For someone to say it.
See what we went through?
See how hard it is to get actors to say what you need them to say?
That works. Thanks.
The amount of YouTube videos that's going to end up on, you will never understand.
Hi guys. You guys rock. First off, damn, I'm a big Devil May Cry fan, so best video game ever. Aaron, my brother and I are big How I Met Your Mother fans, so do you know who becomes the mother? No, I'm just kidding. No, okay, but the real question is to all you guys. Bandai makes some awesome Power Ranger toys. Do you guys own any Power Ranger figures of yourselves, or if you do, how many?
I absolutely do. I have a daughter that I have one that I kept in the package, one she can play with. So she calls it Baby Daddy. She actually plays with that toy, and because they're so limited, I'm always quick to say, don't rip Daddy's head off. My daughter actually plays with that action figure.
We got lucky. That season they produced, I think, is that the only season they produced the Rangers with our actual
It's the only one. Yeah.
You guys.
Because they were good looking.
Only the guys.
was only the guys.
They do have girls in Wild Force.
I had one with my dad.
Yeah.
I have one.
But the guys on my
I take a
team
bath with
got
it.
like like 12 inches. Did you guys get 12 inches?
Rubber Ducky was out the door when little Quantum Dan showed up. Yes, we did get 12-inch dolls.
You see, mine was better. I had a whole box game with my toy. Yeah. Not like these pathetic little. I had the whole thing.
I have that too.
Okay.
I kept one of every one.
Yeah, we know you guys settle that.
Thank you, guys.
That was funny.
My question is for Vernon. You have been in countless American classics, and I was just curious as how Commando, Mad Max, Weird Science. I mean, yeah. I was just curious as to how Power Ranger fan reaction has stacked up to those other movies.
You know what? It's quite funny. People that come up to me about the other films I've done are highly intelligent people. Then I get to Power Ranger when
It's Aussie humor. This is his way of showing his affection.
no, honestly,
They already know he's Aussie. You don't have to
people
put a disclaimer.
for Power Rangers are so more rabid than the people for the other films I've done. My God, they're like right in your face about all the things. They know more about it. They know the seasons. They know, and they have questions that I just sit there and go. I mean, seriously, you people are amazing. You know more about this stuff than I'll ever know. I just press it down. That's like, who is your wife? How the hell do I know? I arrived with a 25-year-old daughter. I don't know about why. It could have been somebody else. But no, I mean, the fans for Power Rangers are really, really intense. Seriously, they are. They're intense. And they're a lot of fun. I love it. I mean, you guys are a lot of fun.
This is for Aaron.
Oh, for God's sake.
We gotta maximize our time with her, man.
I know her from Facebook, so. My favorite scene was the first episode you lost Alex.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That was your favorite episode, you said?
Uh-huh. Well, and then Jason over there took over Alex's spot for the Red Ranger.
In many ways.
And Jessica Bray, what's her last name? Wild Force, your first episode with Cole.
Yes.
I like that
Jungle
episode.
Man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I see you on Facebook.
Just two addendums I wanted to point out, just for stupid reasons. You wore your wedding ring on a chain around your neck while Rancic, is that correct?
That's right.
And so, hey, it's on film. Perhaps he was married.
It actually was because I am married and I would not take my wedding ring off. That became a big issue in costuming because I refused to not have my wedding ring with me.
Yeah.
And it's just how I am. And I said that I would wear it around my neck and it kept showing up.
Yeah, sometimes it would be underneath your plate and sometimes over.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one is, Jason,
Yeah.
we've seen photos from your wedding, and the cake topper was a Red Ranger.
Wait, say it again?
Your wedding, the cake topper was a Red Ranger figure.
We were waiting for you to tell the anecdote. So if you weren't going to, obviously management had to step in.
How did you see that?
Hayden, Christopher Hayden.
Oh, yeah, cool. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, no, we had that right in the case. We had a good time.
I've been sitting here trying to think of a question for you guys. I can't think of one, so I just wanted to come up and what the hell tell you. Thank you very much for creating my favorite season of Power Rangers, period. Wild Force is definitely up there too.
Next question.
I have a question for Jude Lynn. Can you convey the origin for the Black Knight episode?
For Wes gets his battleizer.
He's done so many years, he's got to go off.
There was a medieval knight mysteriously in Silver Hills.
Got to find pizza. Episode number 700.
The runner of
Honestly, I'm sorry, I don't remember where the black. Oh, I remember this. The horse around the mist. Oh, I forgot it. I'm sorry, I don't remember.
That's all right. And Jason, could you repeat the line, "We got to find those pizzas"?
The biggest fear here is we're going to have me repeat lines of that. We got to find the people. When did that come up?
I don't know. You guys have no excuse. He's got 700 Power Rangers. I got Beetleborgs, 100 VR Troopers, 100 everything else. I can't tell the difference between what.
Find pizzas. What episode was that like?
No motivation.
It was the same episode with the Black Knight where the green-haired guy trips over. Wow. Made a pun. He trips over, smashes pizzas, and well, no way, I'm going too fast. All right. Yeah. Basically, Wes is.
Just as you guys are about to look quick, you realize your pizza's crushed. And then so are you.
Hey Vernon, you were right about the rabidness.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to know about this series. I'm dressed.
What about the episode when Trip, he thinks he's a weakling?
Uniquely true.
Okay. What else happened? Oh, remember the punching bag slaves and then they come
I can ask you guys in terms of the overall show, which I wasn't familiar with the show going into it, but we got some pretty deep storylines with the love story. There was father son. There was myself and Albert with us thinking he passed away. That he passed away. Did it ever get that in depth in previous years? No.
What are the reasons for that?
Oh man, it was hip hop keto.
Fathers and sons.
Geronimo? Especially like big stuff with like Silver Ranger Damien and Cryo Sleep and all that kind of stuff. That kind of did it. And Hendrix just walked out on stage.
Oh yeah. You know about the big. You know about He knew. That's just another. Next, ready?
Next question.
Jessica, what do you think would encourage your character to fight Aaron if she ever made you mad?
I missed that. What?
Fight Aaron or fight Jen? Because there's a big difference there.
Jen, then.
Okay.
Aaron could never make me mad. These two. Oh, is it pillow fight?
Whichever works.
I can see that.
All right, you're awesome, Jessica. You're awesome, Time Force.
It's Lewis again!
Oh, yes, him.
still going to tweet that Vernon Wells called me a jackass. Woo! This is a question that was actually at the last Power Morphicon, and I actually liked it, so I'm going to ask it here. Did you guys steal anything? You know, like take any props or anything home with you?
Actually, some of us were given props.
Some of us, a lot of, they give
So
us.
when they turn up tomorrow, please do not think I stole them.
I have the original Green Ranger dragon.
Woo! There's a foam one.
I have the blue too.
I was given Jen's outfit, the little plaid skirt, the pink top, the green jacket.
Sweet.
I have my spandex.
Really?
I'll give you some.
Disney was closing up the shop. They were giving
Because they
stuff
were moving,
away.
I guess. They got rid of everything.
They sold all the extra copies of all your civilian outfits too.
Yeah.
Multiple copies.
I have
Disney
my
came in and stole
civilian
and
outfit.
took everything out of the storage, and about half of it made it to Disney. Yeah, a lot of stuff didn't make it, and then you're on the market.
At the end of every year, the wardrobe department would sell everything off. The first few years, it was that the Rangers would wear the same clothes every episode, and then after a while, they got bored with that, so they wanted to go shopping for themselves. And then, depending on the season, but sometimes they would wear lots of different wardrobe. And at the end of the season, the wardrobe department would put a price tag on everything. You could go through and you could actually pick out stuff.
I got some nice diesels for $10. Cargo diesels.
So the trick became casting people that were your size.
That's why I had nice suits. Oh, there we go. I got stuck with the Vernon's monster outfits.
Yeah, I still have my suit from the show. Anytime when I was with my dad, West County,
I ended up with the Silver Guardian outfit. That was cool.
Did you get the beret?
I had the beret. I wanted to throw it away. I kept it. I had some of the other cool stuff too.
I got a T-shirt that said you were in the series.
You didn't get the Venom arc and all the mutation parts?
Okay, sit down. Jackass.
He called me a jackass again! Woo!
Vernon.
Yeah, what?
Oh, fine. Do you prefer voice acting, or do you prefer being behind the camera?
You two know each other?
Vernon has a son.
And I still don't have a mother. Do I prefer voice acting or being in front of the camera? Actually, I love voice work, which I do a lot of, which is great. Because it's one of those things where you don't have to get dressed up, you don't have to shave, you don't have to shower, you go. They don't give a heck because they lock you in a little room with a microphone and won't let you out till you finish it. So it's fun, but acting, I think acting is great because it's a collaboration between the writers, the actors, and the director, and it's really interesting because so much dynamic comes into play from the people you work with. And if you don't get on, I always say that the best scenes that ever exist on film, and most of them came in our season, was that everybody in that cast really adored each other. And it shows, because every time you got on that set, you were happy to be there. You know, people were like, oh, Aaron, I haven't seen you for 3 days. What are you doing? We would have fun. We would enjoy ourselves. And when you did the scene, it showed. It came out. You know, no matter what you were doing, you could see in the scene, especially when the Rangers worked together, there was all the love between them. They all loved each other, so it showed. When they worked with me, there was that fun kind of, ooh, we're going to kick your ass. Which I always liked because none of them stood a run chance. They all liked the big, hey, I have a couple of firsts in this. The only time in the history of Power Rangers that a Ranger got killed by the villain. Yeah!
Second time, actually. Second, one got killed before you.
Oh, shut up.
Technically, she got killed in a backlash.
I say no Vince fault.
But
I
it
will
wasn't
fight you, Jay.
It wasn't a crushing blow.
Also, they technically never beat you. Technically, they never beat you. You surrendered.
You massacred them all, left them crying, and it was Nadira who made you turn.
I know.
You took out all 3 mute orcs.
I know.
Give me a break. I tried. And Alex never died.
Well, I loved it. In answer to your question, both.
No worries.
And if you want a good answer to the question, you pay me, I'll do anybody. I mean, that was a slip of the tongue.
Okay, this is an add-on to my last question, but for Aaron and Jessica, I think that Jen should have had the battle fire, and Jessica had the Animarian armor, because those two are like the most badass characters in Time Force and Wild Force.
Thank you. That is true. Most
Next question.
What, you know, nobody's asked this yet. What was it like? Go ahead, I'm listening to you. Thank you. What was it like working with a Lightspeed cast?
We worked with them.
Not for very long, actually. Not for very long at all.
I thought we put up with them for a couple of days.
Something like that.
I just remember they were really nice, they were great, it was like this staff that, they were ones, and, but we definitely bonded with like Jessica and things like that. They were after, no, they were after, I know, but that's what I'm saying, because I remember for Wild Force much more, and I remember Lightspeed, like, kids, we were so new, and
The big thing with the Lightspeed one is the day that they came to film, Robert De Niro's kids came to set to visit us. So he has two twin sons. Remember that? His twin sons were there. And they were there on set that day, and that kind of took a little bit of the, like during lunch, they had lunch with us, they had their nanny there. So we spent the day with De Niro's kids. So that was kind of what I remember.
Oh, I remember that.
Yes.
Wow.
They got terrified of Brent.
Yeah, they were there.
Cool. Thank you.
I just want to start off by saying thanks for coming, Dan. Like, it was awesome that you came by. But I just have a request for like the Time Force Rangers. I was wondering if you guys can do your morphing sequence just one last time. Even you, Dan. Even you.
Even me?
Yeah.
Don't remember your morphing sequence? Quantum power!
When are you going to show how to do this?
yeah.
This is like right here?
See what I said about the fan?
You guys never been on the show, right?
You guys all know how to do that?
I've been trying.
Put up your hands if you know how to do it. Come on. Everybody gets a come on here.
Jason and Aaron has to try it too.
No, I'm getting a picture of it.
Oh God, I think you just named the fucking band.
What?
You had to say the words too.
You guys ready? Ready! Time for!
Sean, sir.
Beautiful.
Any other questions? Next question.
My question, I have two questions. First of which, mainly for the Time Force cast, what did you think of how the future was portrayed, like the year 3000? If you saw any of, basically what the future was like?
Sorry, can you ask that again?
I just wanted to know the Time Force cast, because mainly they're the only ones that know about like how the future was portrayed in like 3000, what they thought of what was there and
You know what,
anything like that.
I think it was done very, very well. I think that I'd watched previous shows and the way they had done things when they had the first one where Ruben came in on the, remember where Katie was there and she ran the guy and threw him down like a hovercraft.
Yeah.
I was very, very pleasantly surprised with the production value, not knowing if I compared to what I'd seen in the past. So I was really happy.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was so great. And the city when you proposed to me, you were the city.
However, if you have any, what do you want?
I thought it rocked out really good.
So good.
Rancid was bossy, was cool.
I was a youngin' at the time, and I was just amazed. It's like, I want to live to the year 3000 because it looks so cool to me.
You wanted to live in the wastelands?
No.
Okay.
But my other question is, when Wes was first becoming the Red Ranger and he got the morpher for the first time, he was doing it for the first time, and Jen would just like rip the morpher off its wrists and everything. What was your thoughts on that, Aaron? Was that fun to kind of beat up on Jason a little bit?
Yeah. I had fun beating up these guys. I still have fun beating up this one.
All right, thank you. You guys are the best.
I just want to tell Erin that she's my favorite Pink Ranger since Kimberly said that. But I also wanted to ask Jessica, me and my friends, we want to know what the drama was on Wild Force because we missed that panel. So I want to know.
That's actually a question for Scott.
Did it have to do with Ricardo?
Where did he go?
Oh, he left.
It's all on you now, Jess.
Oh, just people couldn't get along.
Ricardo? Ricardo? Uh-oh. She.
I got along very well with Philip and Jack and Drew and Anne Marie and Sin and Danny.
Okay.
There we go, Scott.
Okay.
There you go, Scott. Question.
What?
From the last panel we did. He wants to know what the Wild Force drama was.
Carter, everyone was great. The way I'll say it, same as last time. No, I can't say it. It was a small group last time. You guys are going to have trouble.
It's all going to be on YouTube anyway.
Every task except for just love fest. There's always some people that personalities don't get along. The last year, a couple personalities didn't get along, but it's pretty common knowledge. I think we figured out why. There's one guy who was on a dating type show afterwards.
Ricardo.
Yeah, if you know, if you know what the dating show was, if you know the guy who was, then you kind of get the idea. Now, who was the dating show? Who knows what it is?
Cat.
No. Oh, yeah, Pat.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the guys on the show, he really showed what it was like with having him on the set.
Jason and I had an interesting experience with that. Remember that when we had our sprint?
Yeah. Oh, that was fantastic.
We had to keep doing it over. It's the last shot of the day, and they go, "Look, guys, this is not a race. This is all the comfort." Jason can run really fast, by the way. And he's like, "Look, don't try to win this. It's forever in, right? That's right. It's like we're gonna need 10 takes all day." And here we are. I just want to go home. I just want to go home, and dude's like pulling up 10 feet ahead of us. The rest of us are chilling. We're like, dude, what are you doing? Just want to go home, man.
There was a lot of drama, just some people didn't get along. Or get along.
Yeah.
Vernon and Scott, this is probably a question for you guys. Were you aware of what the Cyclobot told you in the end of time?
When you play it backwards?
What was it?
He calls Rancic a effing condor. Says he's the size of an effing condor in the
No,
final.
is that what you guys asked me last time? That wasn't what we did. We did not do that.
There, if you play it backwards.
You may have heard that, but we did not do that. That one I swear. It wasn't all of them.
That one I swear, so there's others.
There were some hijinks, but that wasn't one of them.
Okay.
It was earlier.
Just play it backwards and you'll see.
I don't even remember the box.
Okay. Wait, play it backwards. Well, you can play anything backwards.
And Paul's not dead.
Last question, ladies and gentlemen.
Last question. Yay!
For you, Vernon.
What?
Okay, because, you know, I missed the last time you did this because I was just walking in the room again. I want you to end the panel with calling Linkara an asshole in the most epic way possible.
Jackass.
Jackass, yeah. Jackass. In a Rantic voice.
In a Rancic voice.
Yes. Do it. Most...
Jackass!
Thank you, sir. That's the best experience of my life.